Alright, so in this video we're going to be talking about how to increase hip range of motion. One of the common things I find with my patients is that they're lacking good hip range of motion. With that, it tends to lead to a lot of back problems that we see. So we're going to be talking about ways we can increase that range of motion in the next several videos. This video is going to be focused on the hip joint itself. So unlike a typical stretch, we're going to be using some bands, like the ones here, to distract the joint while we're performing the stretch so we actually open the joint up. Alright, I need to borrow this for a second. Alright, so if you look above this video in the description, there's some links to some bands that you can buy on Amazon. These are some bands I already had, so these work really well. And all we want to do is, the first one, we're going to get in position where the band is pulling back. So in that position, we're going to get into a typical hip flexor stretch position with one knee down, one knee up, with that pulling back so it's opening that joint up. And what we're going to do is we're going to do some contract relax, which means we're basically trying to push into the band and then relax. And we're just going to repeat that back and forth for about 2 minutes. After this one, we're going to move on to doing internal and external rotation. So the first one we'll do is external rotation. So we're going to bring the foot up. The band's still going to be pulling straight back. And in this position, with that pulling, we're then going to lean away. And we're going to contract, relax into this direction, for 2 minutes. After the external rotation, we need to do internal. For this one, I'm going to try to internally rotate as much as I can, and then I'm going to sit back. And so I want that to pull, so in this case it's not quite enough distraction, so I'm going to move up, and then I'm going to sit back and get into that restriction and bounce into that restriction for 2 minutes. Once I get those done, then I want to try to open up the hip joint to increase the groin stretch. So for that, I'm going to switch and do this leg. So I'm going to have it pulling this direction, and I'm going to move away, get into kind of like a straddle stretch position, and then I'm going to go down into the stretch, and kind of contract, relax into that for 2 minutes as well. So those are all the distraction exercises to start with. Make sure you spend a good 2 minutes on each one. If you cut it short, you only do 30 seconds or a minute, it won't give you lasting results. You got to do at least 2 minutes worth to get some lasting results. If you have more time, spend more time on them. That's it for now.